I would say from the start, our guys were highly motivated to see Mike Leopardo out there skating, and that was a big deal for our guys. And I think you could tell by the first period, they picked up right where Mike left off.
Would you say that's why there was some trouble, especially in the second period? It seemed like a couple of guys were sliding on that side and maybe losing an edge or two.
Yeah, I asked that question a lot. I actually asked a couple of NHL equipment managers that question about are they making steel less sturdy in 2023? Because it seems like guys, or is it just players get used to, because you can auto change your blades and you don't have to. Is it just kids are just used to them being so sharp? I don't know. That's a fair question, but it happens a lot in any hockey game you watch. It seems like all of a sudden the guy goes down and then it gets contagious, and now everybody's got to change their blades, and Scott Jess is running from one end to the other, and poor Scooter gets tired.
Yeah, you brought up Scott Jess. How big was that? Finally after a couple weeks getting so close to that sweep, to see him jump off that cooler.
It was great because some guys have never seen it, right? So they've only seen it online as a viral sensation. Scooter Jess, but those are the kinds of things that make college hockey what it is. Scooter jumping off this cooler, or there's a tennis ball game in the ECAC, I think, and there's some other historic traditions in college hockey. So for our guys to be able to celebrate that with Scooter was really fun.
For how close this team has been to completing sweeps these last few weeks, just how big is a night like tonight to have that confidence and ability, especially after Ferris came back in time?
Yeah, 100%. We thought, I don't know if we were as sharp tonight. A couple of reasons. Ferris played well, and we were down some bodies, and guys are tired, and all that stuff. But yeah, we put ourselves in a position for the last month, 4 straight weeks of winning on Friday, which is a great way to start the week. Don't get me wrong, but we haven't been able to do what we did tonight. And so for our guys to do that, it certainly makes them, and like you said, the way they did it. It wasn't 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, just mail this thing in. We had to battle back. Ferris State didn't quit, and they tied it up there in the third, and then we stayed with it, which this team continues to work and continues to stay with stuff. Whatever frustration as a coaching staff we have at the end of the game, it's never with our guys' effort. It's never with our guys' effort or our attitude or how they carry themselves on the bench or how they are in the locker room. It's a fun group, but really, really good. It builds confidence, and for them to experience a sweep and see what it tastes like and see how hard you have to work to do it, and how difficult, because they're difficult. That's the thing. They're really hard to get. So fun for everybody.
Was there much of a message needed when the game was tied, or did the guys kind of just know what they need to do with this?
They were pretty quiet, and normally, so I would just said, hey guys, our energy level, let's get our energy level back where it needs to be. The bench is pretty quiet, but some of that has to do with how we play. We weren't really doing a lot of stuff to get ourselves excited. Maybe a hit or two there. We were hanging on a little bit, but then once it got tied up, 1 or 2 guys said some things on the bench, and we got going again, and we played pretty darn well after that.
To go 2 for 5 on power play opportunities after obviously struggling this season, just how big was that, especially early on, to convert that first?
Yeah, the penalty kill had been doing a great job carrying the load for the special teams, and the power play was close. They did a nice job moving pucks last night, and had, other than scoring, they did what they were supposed to do, and the execution was good. They did a lot of positive things, but to score early, really good for Nods there to bury that, and then that just the monkey came off their back, and they could breathe a little bit, and then to get 2 was really positive.
Yeah, yesterday you talked about how much you liked the pressure but not finding that goal in the early minutes of the game. How big was that to find that goal, in the beginning, to get past Stein after a great performance?
Yeah, he's solid, and we anticipated seeing him again tonight like we did, and he was good. And so for us to score early, I think, again, the nail biter of a 1-0 game, you'd hope not to be in that situation again. So to score means, all right, they at least have to get 2 tonight in order to beat us. And fortunately, we were able to score 1 more than they did again tonight. And it's funny how college hockey works. We scored 1 more than them both nights, and we get 6 points, and they get 0, and it's a fine line. There's not a lot of margin for error in our league. And again, this is 6 straight weeks of really, really, really close, hard-fought games in our league.
Played real clean too, Coach. We talked about it before. I think you had 3 penalties tonight. It was a hard-fought game, but I think you calls.
Yeah, three last night, 3 tonight. So the discipline was good. Not to say they weren't physical games, like you said, they were physical games, and guys were getting involved. And I think the referees did a nice job calling the game, and guys knew where the line was and didn't cross it. And so yeah, again, where we're at health wise right now, we can't afford to be spending a bunch of time in the penalty box. It's just it doesn't play into our favor.
You got a short week coming up too, don't you?
Yeah, short week, going to Bemidji and our longest trip of the year. So just told the guys that, hey, enjoy this tonight, have fun, but we're back on Monday, and we leave for Bemidji on Wednesday night. And, it'll be another difficult CCHA series. We know that.
What's been the difference in the first quarter of the season and the second quarter of the season, Coach? I know you got Seth and starting to get back, but it seems like they're kind of meshing real well.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is being able to practice with everybody, being able to have meetings with everybody. As a staff, we're together again now. Obviously, the way we started, we're just moving forward, and to be able to have players who we anticipated being a part of our group, whether it be last spring or in the summer or even in September when we just got going, we thought the team would look like something, and then obviously that first 5-6 weeks it didn't look like that for various reasons. And so now it's starting to look like that, and we've got some guys out injured, which we hope to get back sooner than later, and those guys are all trending the right way. And but yeah, getting people back and being able to go about our business, and then just the uncertainty of our situation was difficult on everybody.
Talk about Moore's weekend as well.
Yeah, Cole did a really nice job. Really nice job. Seems to be getting more and more comfortable in there. Even tonight when Ferris put us in some stressful situations, Cole seemed very comfortable, and I think the rest of the group sees that when the guy in the net is comfortable and looks confident, it goes through the entire team. When you have confidence in your goalie, and you can see he's locked in, it certainly makes everybody else feel the same way.
Has the game slowed down a little bit for him since?
Yeah, I think so. That's probably a good way to put it. He just gets more comfortable. That's part about being a freshman, and we said this last night. It's hard. It's a hard adjustment to being a freshman in Division I college hockey. No harder than being a freshman goalie, right? It's the hardest position to play in sports, and to get thrown in there and have to, oh fuck, this is difficult. He's done a nice job.